and welcome, sir. Please sit down. Hello. Good evening, all. Please sit down. Sir is here. We'll start our proceedings. Please settle down, please. Thank you all, and thank you, sir. Today our program is FuturUS Capital from US all the way coming to Hyderabad and trying to set up their office in Hyderabad and helping startups to get the funding from them. And not only funding, they are also helping to take startups from India to the world in terms of building the market access. And I welcome all of you for this event and thank you a lot. And first of all, I request Sridhar Babu sir, please, if you can come to the dais. But before coming to Omar sir, please come down and give small introduction to our students.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Prakash Naka. I'm from New Jersey. And thank you, sir. It's my privilege to welcome Dr. Sridhar Babu Garu, Honorable Minister of Telangana and distinguished leader and visionary. As an accomplished scholar, Dr. Sri Sridhar Babu Garu holds a BA LLB from University of Delhi, one of the top last school before Nalsa. That's what I can tell you, sir. And his MA in political science from the University of Hyderabad, which is called Central University. His dynamic leadership and unwavering commitment have played a pivotal role in the expansion of Telangana as a leading hub for technology and innovation. Yeah. And not only that, Sar is a son of our late combined state speaker, Sri Balra Garu, Mantri MLA, and Karnataka state. And not only that, I love Sar, and he's very much passionate about technology as IT minister. I haven't seen it, at least in India, a lot of predictions. And this is the first time I met Minister Garu. He's talking about tech. Yeah, he's reading the AI books and the technology, how it take the Telangana to the next level. And AI is a new industrial revolution. How India and especially Telangana can take the opportunities and help of course, to achieve the growth in the industrial revolution. So we need to encourage the startups. We need to lead the investors. So Sir asked me to how we can create a network of venture capitalists so that we can grow the startup ecosystem and and take the India's vision of Visit Bharat by 2047. With this note, now I request the Honorable Minister to kindly place the stage and seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thank you.
Please, with claps, welcome, sir. Allah. Sir. Rishabh, please come now, and I request Vivian Naidu sir to come to the stage after introduction. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Sridhar Babu, for being here. I would like to introduce you to here right now, Mr. B.V. Naidu Garu. He's been a pioneering leader in India's IT industry with 35 years of experience, and he brings in a lot of valuable insights and knowledge, which will help enhance the global IT industry as well as foster the IT and startup ecosystem in India. So I'd like to request Mr. B.V. Rao Garu to be on stage. And it goes without saying that one of his key achievements has been, shaping the Bangalore as a IT global hub. Next, I'd like to again would like to
Mr. J. Chaudhary Garu. He's been again finding his insights and again his experience will be very valuable here on the stage. Thank you very much, sir.
I request Om Nabha Garu, please come onto the stage. You are the conductor. Please.
Okay, and it goes without saying this even would have been possible without Mr. So he brought up a call from me. He's been a veteran Wall Street investor, lawyer, entrepreneur, and very dedicated to social service and helping youth in the startup journeys as well. So thank you very much for all your contributions. I really appreciate it.
Thank you all, and I think we are in a occasion. Before we proceed, we would like to say you are one of the key member of FuturUS Capital. We need a few of your words to respond and way forward startups. We request you to come and give your comments. Thank you.
Honorable Minister Garu, my good friend, good old colleague Jay Chaudhary Garu, and you know, people, I don't know how many of you know, people call Om Prakash as a Bahubali in US. Bahubali Om Prakash, you know, and ladies and gentlemen, it's been pleasure here today to be with you on the vacation of launch of the FuturUS Capital Partnerships. You know, always it's interesting. The reason for two couple of reasons. Number one, we know the venture capital industry in the US is very, very large. Even though in India we have so many funds, we're still not very close to that. Venture capital industry is probably $6.5 trillion industry in US, whereas here we are hardly $151 billion. Not just that, you know, if you look at venture capital, the seed level investment, growth level, and subsequent level, always there is a challenge at the seed level and pre-series here. In India, you could able to get only $6.5 billion the seed level, whereas in the growth level probably $35 billion, and after that $105 billion. That means as the company grow big, people are willing to bet on the companies. But we all have a lot of responsibility to make sure the bottom of the pyramid, these are all the companies, how well they can succeed. That's where the venture capital funds like the FuturUS Capital Partners and the Startup Exceed and all the other funds in India, we are striving hard on that. Other thing, what I always tell this to people, you know, tell this to people that there are when you look at in India, India is in a growth path. The kind of opportunities, so the kind of opportunities what you see in India, nowhere else in the world you see. Our economy is in a growing path. We are going to touch around $5 trillion economy, and it's going to likely to grow to $8 to $9 trillion by 2030. And 2047 we have a target reaching 26 or 35 trillion dollars. Not that very easy to achieve that. We all need to work hard, and the startups are going to play a much major role. And Sridhar Garu, you are doing exceedingly well in Andhra. Sorry, in Telangana. You know, the I'm sorry. Fine, Andhra. So we all with that, yes, we had a come through. And in fact, when I just before stepping out of STP, I was getting both Bangalore and so, this is an absolute opportunity, and Hyderabad is also doing great, And but few of the things what we need to make sure or improve in Telangana, so that the funds like the FCP, FuturUS Capital, and other funds will continue to come here. In Bangalore, we all feel proud that Bangalore is the tech capital with more than 50% of funds are dispersed there. But Bangalore and the NCP area, Maharashtra has done well. The fourth is the Telangana, and I'm sure that with your effort, that Telangana will come to the at least the second level. And just yeah, of course, by 2047 you'll be the first. So you need to target to reach the number one by 2047. To do that, currently, I think if I'm correct, the 8% contribution of the GDP comes from Telangana. And that 8% should continue to grow to a 15% GDP contribution into the country. It's what makes the all of us proud. Not just that, currently we have, I think all of you know, around 1.2 lakh of startups are there, and it's likely to touch around 1.8 lakh startups. But when so many startups are there, accelerators like the T Hub and incubators should play a role, the fund should play a role, and the government should play a role. I would also suggest, Sridhar Garu, that you should start a fund of funds in Telangana so that, these funds will get, this is what government of India has done that. Government of India has beautifully created this, fund of funds, 10,000 crores fund of funds. Because of that, the 10,000 crores get multiplied by at least 15 times the other funds account. So if Telangana starts some fund of funds here, obviously then more and more funds would come here, and you could also play, some conditions saying that so many startups get funded here, etc. That is the other thing which is also very, very important. And also we need to make sure that how the government opportunity would be available to the startups. As of now, the startups struggle a lot, C-level, struggle a lot to capture the any business opportunity from the government. I know you're trying to do and created certain mechanism to, but still not sufficient. The second major toughest thing for the startups is to get the debt from the banks, even though CGT, MSC scheme is there, but that needs to be, further, improve so that those funds will be present. If and obviously all of you have a major role to play. I always tell the people, if you are 35, don't continue to do the jobs in the large multinational companies. Step out and create an enterprise here. The more and more enterprise come in India, it can generate more employment, which will have a larger multiplier effect, which can contribute to the GDP. That's what we wanted. So my friends, 35 to 45 years that you need to step out of the large companies, create your own enterprise. Otherwise, you cannot create an economy for yourself, but you will also not contribute to the country. So with these few words, again, Om, congratulations for launching this fund. I do not know, I admire him. He's a very, very multifaceted person. And not only from the technology perspective, he also does a lot. Pretty sure that in few years you'll see him as a senator in US. Great thing, And so with all the within 4-5 companies managers, he has a time for a lot of social activities. IT Serve, I was very surprised. IT Serve is a mostly the Indian diaspora supported industry association. More than 20,000 companies, all of them together has a $20 billion. $20 billion they contribute. And trust me, 70 to 80% of that IT serve are the people from combined Andhra, Telangana and Andhra. When you meet them, you will get inspired how these young entrepreneurs could go there and create value. But this is the time for you to bring back the capital into India. Your capital in India, I will tell you, can multiply much faster than what we can multiply in US. So don't miss that opportunity. Give this as a message to all the ITSR members. And India can provide that opportunity for you to, multiply your funds in US. With these few words, Sridhar Garu, next time whenever you go to US, you tell ITSR to organize. There's a fantastic association across the US. They have the teams, the Thai has the teams. I think you went and signed. So that way, I think I really admire that IT serve and the people like Om who created that organization. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. And very It's correct. It's giving a lot of explanation. Now I request our senior member Jay Chaudhary Garu to tell few words. A fund coming to Hyderabad and certainly all of us. I want his blessings.
Honorable Minister Garu, other dignitaries on the dais. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Mr. Om Naka for starting this new venture in Hyderabad. As Big Naidu was mentioning, investing in Hyderabad, investing in India, definitely will be more profitable. We're all there home to make sure that your fund can give you back good returns from India. And at this point of time, what we are doing with IT industry in the last 30 years, we have seen from simple body shopping. It started during 1985 when the Infosys, Wipro, TCS, everybody was doing only body shop because there is no infrastructure in India for them to get the business to India. From that situation, I've seen from 85 onwards to till this day, lot of things happened. Everybody thought that IT services India is going to create trillions of dollars of opportunity. But with the generative AI, there is some kind of a disturbance is likely to happen for the services segment. But thankfully, before that happens, I think the startup ecosystem has picked up. We have more than 145 unicorns, and many more unicorns are coming from India. It's a great opportunity. The way Telangana government, under the leadership of Sridhar Garu, encouraging a lot of startups to really come up well and providing the ecosystem support, particularly this generative AI era. Telangana government is the only government to announce AI city with all the infrastructure support, not only providing the data lakes access to the startups, but also the GPU infrastructure, the entire other infrastructure is getting provided. Recently, I was there in US to do our fundraising for our second fund. We are raising about $100 million second fund. During that time, I met a lot of entrepreneurs. Everybody was talking that we want to come to Hyderabad. The only reason is because they have access to the data. In the AI era, only two countries are getting benefited. One is China and India because of the sheer data availability. So if only I requested already our Honorable Minister Garu, if you can make Telangana state, I mean, if you can collect all the data, clean the data, remove all the sensitive information, and provide the data lakes to the startups. Even global startups will come to Hyderabad into AI city. Your AI city, sir, will be full of AI global startups, not just the only Hyderabad-based startup or India-based startup. That opportunity is there. But my request to you before other states compete with you on the same infrastructure, you have to go much faster and see that how you attract the global AI startups to come to AI city, and thereby they can create more jobs in the current scheme of things. Everybody is afraid. Whenever I see any YouTube video these days, oh, so many billions of AI agents are getting created for AI. Instead of hiring a person, you plan to hire a AI agent for that work. So very scary thing. But fortunately, we have picked up the right kind of ecosystem getting created in Hyderabad. Hyderabad should become number one city in the entire world, attracting the best AI startups to come here and create the opportunities for India and also for state of Telangana. With this, I wanted to once again congratulate Om Nanda for starting his venture in Hyderabad, and thanks for inviting me to give my thoughts. Before I close, we are actually taking some rural entrepreneurs. Why I am picking up rural? See, nobody has really addressed many problems in the rural area, in agriculture, rural health, rural education, rural infrastructure. There's so many problems, and many startups they still look at what is the deep tech, what I can do in Hyderabad, what is there in Silicon Valley, and all that. I think if you can focus on rural India, there are so many problems yet to be addressed, and if you're able to solve those problems, And recently, as I mentioned earlier, in the Economic Times, the rural spending, rural consumption pattern is almost on par with the urban consumption. If that kind of consumers are there in the rural India and employees in the rural area. Recently, one of my friends, Lax Chepuri, he was telling compared to their office in Hyderabad, he has got one facility in Khammam. Those employees are doing much better than in terms of the productivity and all that. So, looking at all the opportunities, even Joho Corporation, they don't hire from urban areas. They take only 10th grade or 12th grade people that are from rural background. So, keeping all that opportunities in the rural area, we decided to take rural innovators to participate in our ISF conference. It's called ISF Unicorn Conference in the month of May this year, 29th and 30th. There are a lot of students, rural students from recently I was there in Orissa. There are about 25 such innovators from Orissa. They want to participate. Similarly, in Karnataka, there are about orphan kids. They're all orphan kids. They're coming out with a lot of innovative ideas. So we want to pick up some 20, 25 from the state of Karnataka. Similarly, Andhra Pradesh also there is a small village near Gannavaram. It's all orphans, single parent or no parents orphans. So we are going there and conducting the competition and also training for them. I want to pick up a similar number of rural students from the Telangana state, particularly from our Honorable Minister's constituency, Anthony. I requested Honorable Minister Garu to enable us to go there and conduct some training programs so that when we take all these rural entrepreneurs, rural innovators from India to participate in the international competition at Dallas, the flight should be full of rural innovators from India. We plan to take a chartered flight if possible. I think that possibility is very, very high. The Odisha government is sponsoring those students, and obviously we request our Honorable Minister to sponsor the rural innovators to take care of the travel expenditure and also the accommodation and other expenditure in the travel to Dallas in the month of May. So with this request, it's an opportunity for all of you. You should start mentoring the rural people. So they need a lot of mentoring. I request all of you to visit at least your native homes, native villages, talk to the government school kids and encourage them, inspire them, see that how they can create some new innovations. With this, I once again congratulate Om Lata and his team for starting his venture in Hyderabad. Thank you.
Thank you for giving insightful information and also taking care of the rural startups which they are doing. Coming back to our Honorable Minister and Sridhar Babu Garu, I treat him as the people's person. The growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership, which is there today to support all of us. Because one of the key challenges which we discussed on TF Foundation Day is what is that we can do for startups in Telangana and Hyderabad, especially. And we all raise the concern, sir, we need more capital to come to Hyderabad. And in spite of his busy schedules, he is coming all the way to bring futurists like VCs to come to Hyderabad, set up their facilities in Hyderabad and encouraging them coming all the way. And I always feel leadership is the key for 99% of the successful efforts. Sir, you have been coming all the way and supporting all of us to encouraging all these people. I thank you, sir, and I request you to give you a few words before I give it to our guest.
Very good evening to all and wish you a very happy new year to everybody. On the days and off the days. On the days here, all the illuminaries, you know Mr. J. Chaudhary Garu, who is the man who started the software journey for United Andhra Pradesh and is still active post 70, sir?
We reached 70 in 2 months.
Okay. But is still young in his action. And in fact, I have a pleasure in greeting Sri B.V. Naidu garu. who had come down from Karnataka and is heading one of the most vibrant institution, the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. And along with him, uh, you know, a venture capitalist whom I had met for a half an hour or 45 minutes meeting, not realizing that I'm going to spend that sort of time with the Mr. Om Prakash Garu, who is going to start a 30 million new startup fund. And all the kudos to him and his team who have come over here and had privilege also to meet many associates of his. And it was quite inspiring to see a couple of young prodigies, I can say. What do you say? Pelli? NRI Pelligola, a startup which very interesting concept he had come, and in fact, a couple of other innovators in the startup people whom I had met. Of the days also I can see a lot many people who are doing great work for our Telangana and the budding entrepreneurs I would like to say, or the innovators who are sitting in this T hub. I welcome you all. And on this great evening, what my concern just now, my friend was just mentioning about over the past 10, 15 years, we would have done lot much of work in terms of our venture capital. So when I had looked back and I have seen for the past 1 year when we are trying to do something, the real innovation of the startup requires the infusion of the capital, the seed capital first. And new thoughts, a new innovation, I can bet that Hyderabadis and Telangana young generation have lots of potential, but the lack is the seed capital for them. Whatever the capital they have, the capital is not just sufficient to move on with the innovation they think and the products they would like to make. So in the process, when I had come over here on the foundation day of the T Hub, I was just mentioning about the same point. And in fact, I was so happy when Mr. Om Prakash Garu has come and told me that they is going to start a 30 million venture capital fund. So I was the first man to be happy because I just want to create an ecosystem of many venture capitalists. The ecosystem which has been built over the past 30 to 40 years. Just now, B.V. Naidu Garu was also mentioning about a point where we started with a government fund and it stopped abruptly 30 years back. And this is a time where we have to literally see that a capital infusion should be there for these innovation hubs. And when literally we are seeing this Hyderabad and state of Telangana is emerging as one of the fastest growing tech hubs and also innovation hubs. This where we are sitting is basically a place for the innovation, a place for the startups. And with this thriving ecosystem, and we have about 1.3 million square feet of incubation space, supported by almost 10 plus center of excellence schools. And we have about 52 R&D institutions here. And you name any company, all the global tech companies are here. And we have a chip designing companies over here. And now we are literally looking forward to have this place for a capital for cutting edge technologies. And as our statistics indicate that we have about 10,000 startup building nest here of the best products. And especially in terms of deep tech also, many startups and innovation is taking place. And if you see for the past few years, this place has become a home for about 300 odd A1 startups. That's artificial intelligence startups. For the past year or so, it is about 200 and odd AI startups have come into um, picture over here. So thus, we would like to scale it up because this is the time, this is a space in the entire global field that AI has a space now where we can create niche products and we can literally pave a way for the AI companies. And that's the real reason when our government thought of the emerging technologies, we just thought, why don't we take a lead in AI and create some sort of an ecosystem and build an ecosystem where we can literally see. Just now, the elders over here were mentioning about how the ecosystem should be developed. We should have the solid and robust R&D, and also we should have innovation, and we should have solid startups. Including startups, we should have the product companies here rather than, GCCs over here. We need to have the next emerging cutting edge technology products over here. And also, we need to have some sort of a university or a school pertaining to the emerging technology. That is all where we are trying to come up with an AI city. And we would be having AI school also over there, which keeps, the employees over there, the startups or the innovator to really have the first-hand information on the emerging fields of the global demand. So this is what we are trying to put it. And in the next quarter, in this quarter, I mean to say from this first quarter of 2025, we are planning to lay groundbreaking for the AI city. And almost the plans are over for, in terms of the physical infrastructure, what we are going to create. In terms of the tech infrastructure, we are taking the, best suggestions from the people like over here who are sitting on the dais, and also who are into the fields, technical fields, what sort of a computing facility will be put over there for the R&D, for the startups, for the innovation, for the product companies to avail the computing capabilities over there. As everybody knows that, we have chip designing companies over here. And the best part is we have everything over here. And we need to, not only we are not concentrating, not only in quantity, especially in terms of quality. I was just told by the quality on the highest level of the management still needs to be improved. And we would like to literally see the companies has to come with the highest quality. But the quality also is coming in a big way. There's lots of migration from different cities over here. And most of the intellectual thought players are coming up to Hyderabad, making their destinations for the next level tech companies. And our vision is to establish a strong ecosystem. Basically, this access to the capital and the market. And we would like to have a very strong bottom line high impact startup. And that will serve as a center for ambitious entrepreneurs and investors. Today, as statistics, we don't have a proper statistics as well. We have about 69 Sunicons and Minicons. But we would like to see more of the unicorns coming. And I was just told by Mr. Naidu Garu that more than half of the unicorns are from out of India, more than half are from Karnataka. That shows the very strong ecosystem that have been built for over here. And we are gearing up to create the next wave of unicorns over here. And especially in terms of the fintech, healthcare, clean energy, deep tech and more. And in the point, this 30 million startup fund, what Om Prakash ji is trying to start. And when I just thought of putting it across, we have high network individuals here. High net worth individuals over here. And I can still bet the high net worth individuals are growing at a fast pace here in Hyderabad compared to Bangalore. So how do we sensitize them of unlocking capital to put into this, into the startups and the innovation? That we have to sensitize them. And also we'll try to educate the family offices about this, the fund, how they shall be putting it to encourage the startups and all. Encouraging more high growth product driven startup is very critical in terms of identification for the VCs. And the incubators and all, we are trying a hard way, and we are trying many tech companies to have an incubation center in almost all the universities or in the colleges, where the real incubation takes place with the brightest of the minds who have the ideas literally to take it to the next level. And the talent quality also, we would like to really put it on appraisal and take it to the next level. That is more important, as we have to stand for the global standard. And we are also, as B.V. Naidu Garu was just mentioning about fund of funds, right? And, programs like this, paid pilots, a fund of funds, and startup research reports, definitely is a good idea, which can literally catalyze our growth. And we would like to really take your cue from him and from the state of Karnataka to start with fund of funds, which can accelerate and catalyze the growth of our IT. And, we would like to leverage our strengths. The strength is we are growing at a very fast pace in terms of GCCs. And government is also backing the key drivers in starting startups, and now with the VCs like this, we would like to scale up our GCCs also. And we would like to literally see that not only in terms of pure tech areas, we are also trying to explore a healthcare, biomedical, as I already told, deep tech and AI, and entrepreneur journey over a period of time. We would like to create, bringing in few curriculum changes in the management schools to make what an entrepreneur requires. There is no subject as which is really required to make our students an entrepreneur. When my Naidu Garu was just telling about after 35 plus, you have to come out and become an entrepreneur. That is a great idea. But at the same time, we need to see that whatever the idea comes or creeps, and the ecosystem over a period of time has to make them very conducive to start with. So we are here to move forward. And also see that, Chaudhary Garu, who gives us many ideas, even though, when he was not well, now he has come back, he fought back with his health, now he's back in action. And he recently took a journey. What yatra, sir? The startup yatra. Yeah, that's startup yatra, right? Ankur yatra, and he made it in both states. So making a balance between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, with as both eyes. And the new initiative, what is trying to do to encourage the entrepreneurs at the rural villages, is a very novel idea. And I welcome you to our place, to my place of birth, and we would like to give you all the required support and cooperation and coordination from our side. It will be a plus point for us. And we would like to literally see the entrepreneurs are there, the potential is there in the rural, tier 2 and tier 3 cities other than in Hyderabad. So we would like to focus more impetus on tier 2, tier 3 and the rural villages where the talent is there and they need some platform or they need an exposure where people like you are trying to create. We would be more pleased to see that things happen. We are here there for you, sir. At the same time, when I've been mentioning about Om Prakash Garu, he's been a lawyer, he's been a big, serial entrepreneur, and when coming to know that he's going to become a budding politician in US. So we wish him all the best and good luck. And once again, I thank Om Prakash Garu and his team for coming over to our state of Telangana and to city of Hyderabad to put their venture capital fund, a startup fund, and with him, all his associates from US and all other countries will come with lots of fund over here and see that our startups and innovation goes a long way. And I congratulate once again Om Prakash Garu and his team. With this, I would like to conclude and thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring speech. Om, sir, now we have to launch our FuturUS capital. Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone again. Thank you, respected Honorable Minister Sridhar Babu Garu. Thank you for your kind words. And before we launch the FuturUS Capital officially by Minister Sridhar Babu Garu, I want to address 3 points. One is, first of all, I want to inspire the crowd. We have seen the 4 industrial revolutions so far. Steam engine, electricity, next internet. Now we have a generative AI. So every time you have, and if you read the book America, we read a lot of books. An outlier tells you that people who born during this beginning of the industrial revolution, they prosper, wealth is created, jobs are created, generations will prosper. So this is what happened in the Industrial Revolution 1 during the steam engine innovation, next electricity innovation, next we have internet innovation, and now we have the generative AI, which is going to be Industrial Revolution 5.0. But most of the time, 4 revolutions, the Western society dominated, given their independence, and the civilization is much advanced than the Eastern civilization. And they took the advantage of the wealth creation. Today, if you see that Europe, UK, Australia, and even in Japan is post World War II. US, they have the 250 years of independence in other countries, and they started the innovation or quality of education 12th century. Today, they are the biggest players in the world in terms of geopolitics, in terms of economies. In the US is $25 trillion economy. UK is I think maybe 8 trillion. Anyway, first 3 Germany is the next one. So, but this 5th industrial revolution is a game changer. So India, China, other developing countries can become a part of this Industrial Revolution 5.0. Generative AI is not anyone's game, it's everyone's game. And India and China have a huge population. Now, as Jay Chaudhary Garu and B. Vinayaka Garu saying, government should provide a lot of data for this AI startups so that they can refine their models and they can apply the same models to across the global scale. I want to tell one example, sir. Recently, Tesla is supposed to come to India, but they went to China, and because China has given access to Tesla to do America is not allowing Tesla to pay autonomous cars, whereas China allowed, so that his idea is he want to run the autonomous cars in China, test the models, get the data, make sure it is successful. There is no incidents, no error proof, no errors. Even the error proof is there. He can fix it. Then bring that well-trained model to the America. That is what the government has to do. And the second one, sir, regarding the investments in Hyderabad, as sir said, we have a high HNI. HNI is high net worth individuals, real estate, IT, startup companies, services, or whatever maybe. You have a lot of NRIs. If you look at the US also, most of the South India, especially both Telugu states, NRIs, they started the companies, they created a wealth, they have a lot of money. One thing, sir, if you want to Hyderabad people to invest in the startups, we have to give the tax credits. In New Jersey, I give an example. New Jersey governor, he started the NJ tax credit, NJ Angel tax credit. NJ Angel tax credit, I raised one of the pharma Hyderabad company. They are struggling for funding. I asked them to create a Delaware-based company, convert into a Delaware-based company. Then from New Jersey investors, New Jersey state government given a 25% discount. If you invest 100K, they give 25% of the tax discount to the investors. So this way, I know in Indian tax structure is different than in the US. You have the federal structure, federal tax and state tax, income tax, whereas in India it is different. But I think, sir, to untap this huge HNI people, because we have a lot of money, we should look at the tax credits, because now they need to comply with the tax. They have to pay the taxes by leveraging the tax regime. Maybe working with the federal government and the central government and state government can work together in terms of GST or income tax. Okay, income tax is the right way to benefit the investors too, because if they invest in the startups, and they will get the credit income tax back. That is one of the best outcome. People can sell the money. And one more thing, sir, regarding the funding. I have seen last year, last year, I was representing the South Korea. You have seen South Korea, most of the innovation coming from the LG, Samsung, and a lot of other companies. Now, I don't remember. So a lot of companies are coming. So they asked me to represent the Consumer Electronics Show. World's the largest electronics show in the world. It happens in Las Vegas. I was representing the South Korean company. So they want English-speaking person who understand how to migrate the businesses from South Korea to in the US. So then I observed why so many South Korean companies, small country, why so many startups are coming in. Every electronic, healthcare, dental tech, med tech, ed tech, you name it, they're there. The reason is, sir, very simple. The South Korean government pumping the money into the academia and the startups. They're directly funding the startups. And I know it is a challenge in India. It's a developing country, but South Korea is a developed country. Post-World War II, they developed. So this is the one way, sir. As B.V. Naidu mentioned, you also mentioned fund of funds. Government has to chip in so that the startup ecosystem will prosper in terms of either government has to create a fund. At the same time, HNI people or other companies can come here by taking the tax credits, and we can discuss further, sir. And one more thing, I just want to say thank you to. Before that, B.V. Garu and how I enter into this venture capital. As you know, I'm the chairman of the services company, and doing the IT, healthcare, and engineering. And I'm also part of the IT Serve Alliance, which is 2,000 people, 2,000 company organization. What we did is we are doing this IT staffing and consulting business. Then I inspired under leadership of Vinay Mahajan. He's our 2023 president. I was the startup director. So I asked him how the 2,000 people, HNI people, all these company owners, they're investing in the real estate. They're investing in the some other way, or some IT companies. Why can't they invest in the startups? That's where I created IT Serve Angels with a connection of 600 angel investors. Every year, each investor $30,000 into the investment fund, and that became a 600 investors into 30,000. You can see the you can exponentially grow. That is how I started. Then I created now it's my legacy in the IT Serve. So we can create that kind of Hyderabad angels also there, Ratnakar and everyone. But in the US, you have the huge money. So for NRIs, sir, we have to come up with some ideas to how to tap the money. They are looking for India. India is going to be a future economy. So only thing is we need to attract the foreign capital that requires less regulations and free flow of the capital and the tax incentives for the investors and also for the startup companies. And one last one is as part of the IT Serve Angels, we have the Wall Street Angels, where anyone want to invest in a small seed capital, we fund through the Wall Street Angels. And now with B.V. Naidu Garu, I came here as part of they came to the KDM and America. That's where I realized what exactly KDM does, and his startup Exceed Ventures. I saw his fund experience and 2 fund experiences. Then I said, this is the time we have to create a new venture capital with IT Serve and TI and other NRI community. We have huge capital sitting there. They're looking for diversify into the investment, and the industrial revolution 5.0 generative AI is the right moment for to invest this capital into this innovative brains so that we can create a wealth and India can reach the $37 trillion economy with this. And we are launching the FuturUS capital. Thank you, sir. And Manoj, if you can display the FuturUS capital. Sir, you can come here, sir. Just we want to a small video. Huh? Yeah. Manoj, in the video, can you play? Can you play the? You need to launch, sir. You need a small. I don't know how. Ratnakar garu, how sir can launch from the website, basically. You're coming there. Thank you, sir. Thank you for, I know it is a long time and long day. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me. And all the best for the startup companies who are pitched. And a lot of people submitted, but definitely we are going to consider. I know short span of time, within the 10 minutes, it's hard to pitch, but good luck and we'll see the results. Thank you. We'll send the results and we'll give the gift also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And just one last point, sir, before you leave. And thank you for launching. And to say, sir, I represent Hyderabad Angels. We are the oldest angel network in Hyderabad. I think my partner Kalyan Shivalanka is also there. We are also launching our fund sooner, sir. We will invite you to come and do the same launch program. I am just barging. Thank you a lot. And there were 2 startups today. They have done well. Just as an encouragement, we wanted to call and take photograph with you. One is Generative Minds founder, and second is Prushti.ai. Sri Nagesh. They both have done well, sir. Today they did the presentation. Judges have voted them. Just as an encouragement, I told just to come and take. Which one? Oh, okay. Thank you. I request all the judges, Srikanth, Kalyan, please come onto the stage. Thank you all, and just we will take the photograph.
Startup participants to come here. You can take the picture with the sir. Also, whoever participated, please come here. 2 more are there. Please come here. It's encouragement. Thank you. Thank you for joining and pitching your idea. It's great. It is short span of time. Don't go disappointed. You did not get a first place or second place. You have the huge potential.
Thank you, sir. And one round of applause for sir coming all the way and encouraging one more VC in Hyderabad.